Hello and welcome to episode 6 of our Timberborn Update 3 aesthetic modded playthrough with the Folktales faction. Last time around, we did a lot of improvements, especially extending our pathways, well, pretty much every direction by moving our district center down here. And we did a lot of work on our Megadam project by extending the height over here and starting to build on this half, as well as beginning our little lumber camp area up here. They just haven't actually been able to finish this yet because I haven't put in all the pathways because those trees were just removed. So now that that's in place, they can start building here, and we'll be in good shape to get that completed. And we also started building a secondary metal production area, which I'm actually going to modify slightly. By making this, instead of a platform, we'll make it a levee. And then that way, the water will be a little bit more inclined to actually flow through here, like we've done right here. Now we have this one doing 84 horsepower instead of previously it was in the 60s. And this guy is at 121, which is roughly about where he was. So that'll give us enough power to do at least one of these. But for right now, we'll just have this guy finished up. Looks like he just needs 7 planks to be all good to go. And then, of course, all the other fun stuff we did last episode that we will continue to work on. Like, we got to get these roofs put in place. And we also have to put another warehouse right here. And we can also do a little bit more aesthetic stuff, like putting roofs on top of these warehouses here. So let's just go ahead, since we're already here. Let's go ahead and unlock this guy. I do like how that looks. We'll put that in place there. And then I think we can probably just kind of leave this how it was and be okay with that. Give them something else to do. Of course, as soon as... Oh, this is actually already done, so let's go ahead and come over here. Put our pathway where that is, and then we can come over here and we can remove this guy. Go ahead and pause that, try to get all of the resources removed, which I guess they'll do anyway if I delete it, so let's just go ahead and delete that. Get these guys to pick up all of this good stuff. And then what we're going to put here instead is probably going to be our wood workshop, because that is going to be the same footprint, and that is something that we need to get going on sooner rather than later, most likely if we want to get into some of the late game stuff kind of early. Not that we're really going to be completed super quickly, but it is nice to have that going early enough to actually take advantage of some of this other stuff, especially we have all these wonderful new fun toys like our tunnels that are going to require that. That's a good reason to do that early. We really haven't done much of that at all yet, and I do want to get into it. And some of this stuff doesn't require any of that. We just haven't gotten around to it. Especially these fun spiral staircases. We will get there eventually. We'll have a fun time doing all of that. And then I also, in today's episode, wanted to build our own little, I guess, beaver hospital area. Especially because this is going to be some high-impact industrial stuff. So I was thinking probably right around in this area might be a good spot for it. So we have our healer right here that we can easily move. It's not going to be a big deal. We haven't done anything with these double and triple lodges yet, so let's go ahead and unlock those. So if we wanted to, we could actually do something like this, where we have our double lodge, or possibly a triple lodge, since this is set up like that. We could put in either one of the triple lodges, or we could actually do 2 of these guys. We could just flip them. I had the idea to do that. So what if we did, I think maybe right here, and then another one. Nope, I already had that in the correct spot. Put that guy right there, and then in the middle, go over to our well-being and put our healer in place. Like so, and then we can come over here and put in on the bottom, put in some small warehouses to hold supplies for the healer. Underneath, just to the side like so. Can't build over a small tank. And then what that ends up doing is that gives you the opportunity to put in a staircase right here and right here, and then you have a pathway on top, and you've created a little housing and healer guy right here. And then what we can do on this side, if I can get this to, actually stick around here, put in our pathway like so. Then just have this go completely off to the side here. We already have on this side. I'm going to put in some medical beds, just like so. And then on top of that, we can put in platforms. So we can put other stuff up there if we so desire. Do the same thing over here. And then we can take our paths and do like this. And then put in some more medical beds like so, just up here. And then we can also come back here and put in tooth grindstone just to keep those guys all set, ready to go. And just because we can, for no reason other than that, put in a couple of these beaver statues. And then on top of here, put in a nice roof like that. Is this weird? Definitely. Is it cool? Yeah. I think we're going to have a fun time with that. Go ahead and get rid of that guy. That will give us, I believe, 6 medical beds when it's all said and done. And we could also add some more on this side if we wanted to. But that is at least something kind of interesting to look at, and gives us some more beaver living capacity, while also having kind of the illusion that this is some sort of a residential hospital or medical facility that we could have our beavers go to if they need the help. So they'll get on that eventually to get that taken care of. Have they cleaned this area up? They sure have not, because there's no storage space for planks. Is there really no storage space for planks? I guess it's just full. So what we really need to be doing... Why, they haven't been harvesting any chestnuts? Oh. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter, because these are... Okay, they haven't grown anything yet. Alright. Okay, that was paper there. This is gears. That's planks. I guess we just need to put in another thing of planks. It would be way too much for me to actually be able to stack these, right? Okay, yeah. They're not going to let me do that. Underground pile could be useful, I guess. It holds 1,800. I don't think I'm going to need 1,800 planks. I don't think I'm ever going to have 1,800 planks. But it does have me interested to see if I can make that happen. Maybe that's something we could put over here, or kind of over here. Oh, that's right. I didn't say what I wanted these to hold, and that's supposed to be... Where are my dandelions? Right here? Yeah. We'll do dandelion right there. And then this one, I guess, is also going to be dandelions. Yeah, why not? We will do that. Hopefully that's interesting. I think it should be. Oh, you know what I did? I should not have put that medical bed there, because that's supposed to be a path to get to the dandelion storage. Okay, so it has 5 medical beds. Not the worst thing ever, although I guess I could put, instead of a tooth grindstone, I guess that could be another medical bed. We're not really going to need that many tooth grindstones, are we? Didn't think so. So that's going to be a nice improvement there. Let's go ahead and put in a couple of these piles here. We'll make this one for logs, and this one also for planks. Hopefully that will take care of most of this. Scrap metal also needs a place to go, but I think we can get away with putting that over here. Yeah. We will do that for scrap metal. So I think for now all of it's in just the little harvesting area. That's going well. Yeah, see, that's what I was talking about. Let's see, up here we're looking a lot better. Are still missing a couple of these things to be removed. But we can go ahead and come in here with our levees and get those set up like so. And then once that's taken care of, we'll come back in and do the rest of this, and then of course we'll be able to just backtrack all the way down here, which I guess I could just go ahead and do. Yeah, this should be fine. And that's going to take care of that. This is already looking good. We already have a nice amount of water stored up. We're going to need more, though. Did I set this to, yes. And it's kind of full. This is also kind of full. And I remember I said last episode I was going to have a better solution for water pumping, water extraction, which we did not do. We'll definitely be doing that in today's episode. I think the easy quick solution is just to put them here, but I don't really feel like that is the aesthetic of this little lakeside community I kind of wanted to mess with here. So I don't know that we're going to end up doing that. And this is obviously not an ideal solution either. So I think realistically the best solution is actually going to be to come up here and start pumping out of this reservoir. Once that's filled up, which actually should probably include us putting some dams up here. Yeah, I think so. Just trying to make sure I do this the correct way. Can I put a dam on top of a dam? I cannot. I don't know how many times I've tried that. But if I put a levee down, just have this whole thing be levees. I think I can get away with that. If I do that, then I can have this whole top part of this also be dams. Yeah, we'll get there when we get there. So I really wanted this whole thing to be done before the next drought, so I could have levels just a little bit higher. I don't know that that's really going to work, because last time I tried that, it just flooded this entire area, and that was not a good time. But the good news is I think we're more or less past that at this point. We just need more logs, which is why I've been trying to build this. But these guys have not been... Oh, wow, you know what I did? I'm sitting here all this time. I did not put a second staircase. So if you left that comment, and I have not seen it yet because these videos have not gone live, thank you for being observant. Sorry I won't get to actually credit you in the video because I haven't seen your comment yet, but if you thought that and you commented that, congratulations, you're intelligent, you win a gold star. I can't actually give you a gold star, so just give it to yourself in your mind, and that'll be good enough. But we'll get these stairs put in place, and then they can finally start building our little lumber camp here. Hopefully this is going to look good, or at least some sort of an improvement, right? I also probably should have had this this area be accessible by that as well, which I guess I still could if I were to get rid of these guys. So I'll tell you what we'll do is we'll just unplant this, we'll let them harvest all of this, and then eventually we'll just come back up here and plant some more trees. But they're already getting started planting all these maples, which is very good news because those take forever to grow. We just really need some trees to be harvested. And I don't know that we have... Yeah, we actually don't have a lumberjack that can reach over here right now. So I'll go ahead and put one down. I think if I put one right here, that should actually pretty much take care of most of this space. Yeah, that'll be good. And eventually they will come get all this, but I don't think I want to wait any longer. I think we're going to go ahead and unlock the wood workshop and put this guy here. They can come get the rest of their stuff. But once this is done, we can start doing some tunnels, which I think would be really exciting, because that's one of those new things that we really haven't done anything with, despite this being episode 6. So we got that, and then we have these pillars, which again are just regular stuff, but it's still kind of fun. I guess we could do side platforms too when we have the ability to get in there. I guess that's just probably kind of hang off, kind of like a walkway would be real interesting to see. Because here comes a drought, and I really wanted to have this be a slightly better outcome for everything here. So I wonder if this should just be a should probably just be a floodgate on this side. Go ahead and unlock the double high floodgate. There's really no reason for it not to be. Actually, there is a reason for it not to be, because I can't get over there. So we'll have to just temporarily have that sitting in place there. And I will just put that guy there for them to eventually build. If that's not too far, I guess it probably is. That's a fun little game of trial and error to try and get stuff in the vicinity of requisite building space. So I guess we'll just do that. No, it's going to have another path to it. Just one of those things that takes 800 years to figure out in real time, which is, I guess, part of the challenge, part of the fun. I would like to start doing live streams again. It's just very, very hard to get everything, sorted so I can actually stream during a time when normal human beings are awake. So most of these videos are recorded late at night. Presently, it is after midnight Mountain Standard Time. So I'm headed out to the West Coast. But I guess that doesn't really help anything, since my Eastern Standard Time videos are recorded about the same local time anyway. But once these guys build these platforms, this should be well within a range of this path, and we'll be in good shape. It's just one of those things that, takes time. I feel like for a while that was something I said in almost every single video. It just takes time. But this is coming along nicely. Even if it doesn't look like a traditional hospital per se, it's everything functionality-wise is right here for it. So I think we can be in good shape with all of that. I like these little beavers. There's really no reason for them to exist, but they're here anyway. Now, storage-wise for water, we definitely could use some more. Should have built more of these water pumps, but I wanted to do that up here, and this very clearly is not done yet. Waiting on wood. Color me surprised. But now they can, actually get to all of this and still harvest things, so we'll be in good shape there. And then, of course, I wanted to put tunnels here and all this other stuff. Now, they still haven't harvested all this wheat. I guess that's because we're not eating enough bread. So we have a ton of bread. We have a ton of bread. We have a ton of wheat flour. These guys can't really do anything else because they have nowhere to put anything. So I guess wheat flour is kind of in short supply. Grilled potatoes also in short supply because we haven't really expanded anything. So I think what we can do is, since we have so much wheat, let's unplant all of this and turn it into potatoes as soon as they have the ability to harvest and utilize everything. I guess I really should have unplanted the rest of it, but it's not like it really matters anyway. It'll be fine. I just need somewhere else to store wheat flour. There's so much bread. I need these guys to eat bread. Gotta have bread. We're making so much food. It's kind of like easy mode. I don't know. This is looking good here. Forgot this is supposed to hold. I believe I said it was going to be the maple syrup. Yes. So we should also have some of these marked for cutting. I guess we can have this this back half marked for cutting. We'll just do that. And then these pines that are closest, we'll unmark for cutting so they can be used for the resin. Actually, these are not pines at all right here. So those can be marked for cutting for sure. Actually, the pine resin we're not going to have too much of. We'll just kind of leave that there. We've already got that much maple syrup. Man, we might not even need to not cut any of these. Anyway, that's all taken care of there. Let's see. We still haven't done grist mills yet, which is great because I love these Dutch windmills so much more. I think that is fantastic. The bakery is where the maple biscuits, maple cookies get made. So let's put another one of these guys. I actually don't have anywhere over here to do that, do I? So I guess it doesn't really matter if I put it over here. I just have to have somewhere to, actually place the thing. I can't do that. Can't really put that here either. Well, now it's kind of a pickle for me, isn't it? I guess I can figure that out later. How are we doing on this? Just waiting on logs, and no surprise there. We've been perpetually low on logs because I've been doing all this this ridiculous stuff here. All right, let's get rid of those lumberjack flags there. And I guess we can move one of them down here to cut all of these trees here that are currently marked for cutting. I'm going to go ahead and unmark all of these areas that have already been cut because we don't need that kind of lag. We don't need that kind of stuff affecting the game too much. Even if it doesn't do anything, it's just one of those things that now I've been told it could be a problem, so I'm always going to be looking out for it, even if it doesn't make sense. But that's fine. It causes no harm to be concerned about stuff like that. But we sure are low on logs, which these guys should be harvesting. I guess he's just by himself. He's bored. Let's see. I don't think we have extra beavers. We sure don't. I think we're in a good place to actually have every job occupied if they were actually, filling all these things up. Well, see, we can also expand up here. I don't think we really need to right now. In fact, this is all looking good, except these aren't turning. We just need more wheat flour to be used to make the cookies, maple pastries. So I guess we really do need to have this over here. I just can't get rid of these pine trees quite yet. I guess if I wanted to be boring, I could just build platforms here, but that's not really in the spirit of the aesthetic playstyle, is it? Now, okay, no, these are all decorative, so I probably shouldn't be cutting those. I guess I can get rid of that. Not going to need that. Not going to need these. Okay, that's all cleaned up. Good to go. And I have to find another spot over here to build one of these things. I guess I could. I'm going to end up redoing this at some point anyway. But if I do this... Okay, 9-day drought. I think we're still going to be okay for water. If I do this, I can put another building there. So let's do that. Okay, so these are now all paused. Exactly according to plan. It's looking good. I guess these are substantially less efficient than just having a water dump, because the water dump will only dump water if the hole is not full. But these just look so much better. I like this model. I like how it looks. It reminds me of something you'd see in a farming or some sort of other irrigation setting, which I guess is kind of the whole point. Well, what are we waiting? Are we still waiting on logs for this? I guess we are. So they should be cutting down all of this. I guess he's just going to all of these maple trees first. So let's give him some help. We do have some beavers that are out of employment presently because the pumping stations got shut off. So that is hopefully going to help speed that along. Let's just check again and see which one of these are set for cutting. We don't need to set this for cutting. Those are not trees. Those are sunflowers. Ah, we didn't do all of these guys. Okay. That would definitely get that done. That'll give us some more trees. Looking good. These are decorative anyway, so it's not like it really matters, but that is still looking good nonetheless. And these are finally starting to grow. This is the area for harvesting. I guess this guy's just kind of chilling, not doing anything. Is that what this is? Alright, we can get rid of that forester. So this guy can now reach pretty much this whole area. Which means this stuff can be planted back as some maple trees. How soon are these going to be grown up? No time soon. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and unplant these guys, turn them into maples, because there's really no reason why they can't be maples, you know? And once they are picked up and cut, then we will go ahead and replant those, of course. Should probably fix this, yeah. Let's do that. All right, this guy's waiting on logs again, which is understandable. That's fine. Nobody's gathering chestnuts, huh? I guess it just takes a long time. We're still waiting on that. I think we have some... Oh, that's maple syrup. I got to get my things straight. We have cattail flour. We have wheat flour. Okay, we do have grilled chestnuts, which means we're still doing okay on that, so that's good to know. Boy, this sure is filling up quickly. Alright, now let's make sure we're not going to dry up here. I think we're going to be okay. We also have water we can let out. Ooh, oh, I like this. Now, if this was more consistent, we could actually set a schedule. I haven't even thought to mess with this. And of course, once this is actually able to be height regulated. Oh, stream gauges. Yeah, we haven't even got to those yet. So let's do a little bit of a release here, just because we can. Get this filled up a little bit more. Shouldn't really be a problem because I don't think it's going to be enough water to spill outside of this. That'll give us a little bit more power as well. Okay, and that's coming out the end, which means we can shut that off. And we can go ahead and unpause two of these guys, let them pump a little bit, because we can always let more water out. And once this gets up to the height we want it to get up to, it'll be that much easier for us to well, get everything else going the way we want it to go. Already making good progress here. Is this one built yet? It is not. But let's go ahead and set it to maple pastries just in case. And we can go ahead and put in another warehouse here. And we'll go ahead and set that up for the maple pastry so they have somewhere to go. Not the most beautiful thing in the world, but it will work. And we can decorate it with our little roofing pieces like so. And then we can come back here and finally put in our second half of the barn. And then we'll have to come back and put in some sort of a mechanism for them to get up and put those roofs on the top of that. So it actually ends up looking like a barn. See, right here we've got carrots, we've got grilled potatoes, we've got bread, and I think this is going to end up being maybe, I guess we don't really need to worry about the berries, but it does give us points toward happiness, and if we're going to try and max happiness, we are going to need, oh no, we don't need berries for that? Okay, good. That solves that problem. Yeah, they're not going to get to that for a while. All right, that's in progress. That's good to know. 7 days left of the drought. It is going slowly here on 2 times speed. But we definitely needed to get some water pumping because these are very thirsty beavers. So since we're already here in a drought, let's go ahead and start thinking about how we're going to have the rest of this set up here. I'm thinking it's going to have to be some sort of a pathway up here. I think this is still going to be in range. Yeah, I might be able to just go ahead and put in the staircase right here. And then do this exact same thing here, and then, because this is going to be a levee, we'll put that there. Do we not have, okay, no, we're not making any more explosives because we don't have, well, we don't have power, I guess, is the excuse now, because there's no water flowing, so how could there be power? Not unless this windmill decides, hey, it's time for me to go make windmill stuff. But they're not there yet. Alright, now this is almost there. We'll get this done. Put this levee in place, put the other levee in place, then we'll put our little floodgate here for our emergency control purposes. And then we can build the rest of this and be all good to go. And then by the time this drought is over, we can have this whole thing filled up to capacity. And we can be in a really good place for the rest of our fun stuff to happen. Let's go ahead and get rid of all of these berry bushes, because we're going to dynamite all of this out and then put our water pumps right on the top of this. Should be perfectly fine, and then we'll also put in one of those big old water tanks somewhere. Find a good spot for that. I get the idea it's probably going to be right up here. We'll just go ahead and get rid of all of these berry bushes because we literally don't need them. Yeah, we should have enough to do this. Just go ahead and research that. Probably put that bad boy right around. Well, it's not going to let me put it down until the stuff is removed. We'll put that bad boy right there. Okay, that is finished. Which means we'll come in here with the second levee piece. Then when that is done, we'll be that much closer to where we need to be. Let's go ahead and start laying out dynamite here. We actually have 35 stored up, so this should be a pretty quick process once the workday actually starts for our beavers here. And I think we're still making science. Yeah, we sure are. That's gone well. Plenty of planks. Not a lot of logs, but we are working on it. Very slowly. I still not in love with this. That's something we could definitely be working on to fix better. Let's go ahead and put in our potato to the parts of this that we can actually plant. We still haven't harvested any of this stuff, which is where I want to put my scarecrows and all that. I also said wind gauge, something that might belong kind of on a farm. This will need to go probably on top of some sort of a building, which I think we can go ahead and maybe just place right here. Unplant this sunflower seedling. As soon as that's harvested, we'll put something underneath it, probably storage for something that is grown on the farm or processed on the farm, and then put the wind gauge on top just to make some extra utility and height out of it. Alright, water level's still looking okay. Yeah, now, here we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Yeah, let's get this whole thing blown up here. Alright, that's done. We'll go ahead and put in this guy right here. Get this scrap gathered up. I'm thinking a double floodgate should be fine just to have for emergency release purposes. We'll go ahead and set that to default at 2 high because the rest of this is going to be regular dams. Not connected to district center by paths. Is that too far? Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, that's on me. That's I should have seen that one coming. Yeah, that's still not close enough. But it's closer. That's kind of embarrassing for me not to have seen that. Oh well. That's that problem solved there. And that's going to take probably some time to get logs and planks up here. But the good news is this stuff's all good to go. I don't think this is going to flood anything. No, it sure won't. We can go ahead and... that's always fun. Go ahead and get started on the second layer of explosives here. Because eventually this whole thing is just going to be a wall of levees. This will give us some extra space for water storage. Although it is going to depend on having power for everything else over here. If the windmill decides to blow, which it probably has absolutely no control over. Just the way it goes. But if we can get this whole thing done, then we'll be that much closer. And I can actually start building part of it once all that's taken care of, just not immediately. Because we do have to make sure this is done, and that is going to be a pain and a half, so we'll just go ahead and mark it as a top priority right here. But we can continue doing this while we're in the process of waiting for it for sure. Okay, this is still going pretty well, hopefully. What's up, dude? You just chilling? You good? Guess we need more maple syrup, but have we at least started making these things? Well, kind of, I guess. Really don't have anything to show for it yet, but that's fine, I suppose. Alright, we got a couple more of these potatoes we can go ahead and plant. I still cannot believe... Did I just miss? No, it was this guy right here. That's right, just hasn't been harvested yet. That's fine. That's fine. Waiting on this to finish growing. That'll be good. We can go ahead and put in our big storage guy right here. Although I'm not sure I should use the logs for it yet. I probably should hold off on that. I'll tell you what, we'll plow all the planks for right now because we have plenty of those, and we have a lot of gears right now as well. So let's focus on getting the rest of this stuff taken care of here. I know we don't have any of these yet because we don't have any pine resin yet, because these guys haven't started harvesting anything because this hasn't finished growing its resin in yet. Well, it's all sorts of fun when you have to get everything done all at once, huh? Alright, that is in place, which means we can come in here with our dam and get that thing going. This is actually doing a lot better than I... okay, is that out of range? No. Good, it's just out of materials. That is a solvable problem. I guess I didn't need this levee here, so it's kind of a waste, but it does already have all of its logs, so we'll just let it ride. Let them take care of that as they will. Go ahead and put that guy right there just because he's kind of just hanging out. I just like blowing stuff up, to be completely honest with you. I think it's a lot of fun. Oh hey, we missed this guy. Well, guess what, Buttercup? Goodbye. Alright, let's get this thing built because I want to finish the rest of this. We only have 4 days left in this this drought cycle. We got stuff to do. Got stuff to do. That's probably going to take them a while. So what else can we get ourselves into here? I know I said I wanted to do a community around this thing, but I think we're probably already pretty close to the maximum population I kind of want to try and maintain. Obviously that could change if we want to end up doing some other stuff. We certainly have a whole lot of science going on, but there is still plenty to unlock, so there is a reason for it. We just haven't really gotten into hardly any of this stuff yet. So rest assured there's plenty of content to be had for this series. We're just going to try and do our best to, actually be able to show stuff. We have so many unemployed beavers right now. We really shouldn't have any unemployed beavers. So what we'll go ahead and do is hauling post. Mark it as a lower priority so they can choose not to work there if they desire. But right now we got to get more water coming out here. So let's go ahead and do another little bit of release here. Oh, it's that low, huh? Well, we'll go ahead and let a little bit more out because I don't want the water to get this low. We really got to get more stuff built up. So that's good to do a little bit of a release there. Make sure that is all fine and dandy. Looks like that was just what the doctor ordered. Okay, that is finished. I should have been keeping a little bit better tabs on this whole time. Alright, let's get this one in next, and then I can start blowing this up. Because I got to start building, hey, I got to start building all the dam over here, too. Especially if we're going to start putting these water pumper things over here. Just need these guys to come on in next day of work and get this thing done. Of course, this is waiting on logs, but hey, at least we have 200 something of those now. That's not been a problem, although these trees drying out will be a problem, but probably not ever on normal difficulty because we're not ever going to have a drought long enough to actually kill the trees. Well, to kill those trees at least. That is certainly a long drive here. Alright, let's blow these up. That'll be nice there. And I guess I could go ahead and do these. That's not really that consequential. Except now we're going to have this be... that was an unfortunate error there. I think what is the easiest way to make sure these all get put in place? Probably just to do that. I know, here I am splitting hairs over stuff that really doesn't matter. But, oh well, it is what it is. At this point, people understand what I'm about. You're either for it or you're against it. That's fine either way. It doesn't bother me. Although some of you have gotten really good at predicting specific mistakes and stuff that I'm going to make, which is hilarious. Now, how low is all this? Okay, yeah, we're not like in the danger zone, but we're definitely getting there. So we'll let a little bit more water out just to fill the rest of this up. Make sure we're not ever going to lose it all by pumping water during the drought, and then I think we'll be in good shape. That's already all the way down, so we'll go ahead and put this back up to 2. I mean, as soon as this is all done, these guys can finish getting to work here. We might actually get somewhere before the end of the drought. At the very least, this back section is going to be in good shape, but that means this is going to flood here if we aren't careful, which we definitely would like to avoid. Well, we have 2.2 days to figure it out, and we can always just kind of lower the floodgates anyway, if that ever becomes a problem. Which I think, for the sake of what we have going on here, I will just already have this set to 0, because I don't want to deal with this whole thing being flooded. That would be rather annoying. Let's go ahead and put in our big old water tank right here. Let them get a start on building that. So we certainly have all the materials for it. So that should be hopefully a pretty quick build. Although the whole dynamite problem is kind of I guess it's kind of funny. It's because we have no power because there's no water, and the stuff that we need to make with the power that the water gives us is designed to hold the water back, so it doesn't flood everything. So, you know, kind of an ethical dilemma there. Which do you focus on more, huh? Well, if we got any wind at all, this would be fine, but we're not getting any. So that's a fun little head scratcher there. Good news is, though, this is done. But now the problem is I have these stairs here. I guess since we're already waiting, I can just go ahead and get rid of those and just start on this. Mark that as priority. Get that picked up, and then I can just put another levee piece there, and it looks like that's all good to go. Let's go ahead and mark these two as very top priority, because that's going to stop water from flooding everything, you know? Kind of a big deal. And we'll just put our pathway there for the time being until they get rid of all of the rest of this explosives and everything. The progress on this is rapidly improving, which is good. In fact, we can go ahead, since this is all accessible from the path directly next to it, we can go ahead and demolish all of this path right here. And then just zoop all the way down here. That'll give them something to work on. Now, which one of these was the one they put the dynamite on? Okay, it was right there. That's fine. We'll probably end up demolishing some of that last. It's just going to have to be a very gradual process here. 1.1 days left of the drought. How are we looking on water here? Okay, it's a little low, but it shouldn't dry out. Just to be safe, though, I am going to turn off 2 of these. They will automatically be turned back on after the drought is over, so that's a-okay. Just don't want to pump all of the water out, you know. That's looking good. Of course, they haven't finished this one yet. Still waiting on some planks, but we do have the planks ready to go. Just waiting on beavers to come out and, you know, put them in place. Alright, just for the sake of getting stuff done, I am going to prioritize this guy so I can then come in and dynamite the rest of this out. Should be a-okay, good to go. Just a whole lot of waiting, like it usually is. I guess they already had that allocated because now this says can't get required materials. Well, hopefully that's next. Alright, this is now good to go. We'll set this up as water. Set it up to obtain from other warehouses. That should spread it out a little bit. And then we'll be in good shape going into the wet season. Go ahead and pause these so we don't get a complete drought. Remember, I can't get any more water out of this because it's already down the lowest it can go, and we still don't have everything we need. So let's be fine there. That's good to go. Get them to pick this piece up, and then we'll do the same thing again. All sorts of fun now that's underneath here. I don't know if they can get directly underneath any of the platforms. It would be pretty impressive. Oh, they already did it. Okay. Well, color me surprised. Alright. Oh, good. They're making good progress here. These are all... Okay, no, they're not going to die. They'll be okay. Got a little bit of water in here. Just a tiny bit. So that's doing well. That's good to see. Now this is dried out again. Well, the water should... I'll go ahead and set this down to 0 so it will flood pretty much immediately, but we get water in less than a day, and this stuff shouldn't dry out that fast. Once we move the pumping out of this area and up to here, we should be in much better shape. And really probably should never have this completely dry out again, just because the droughts are not going to be long enough in normal difficulty for that to really ever be a problem. So with that being said, let's get our water back here. Watch that pour in as we do. And pretty soon we're going to be out of time for this episode as well. So I just want to see if we can get the other pumping stations up and running, good to go. I don't know if our dynamite situation is going to allow that, although getting the power back now should put us in a pretty good position for that. Yeah, it looks like we did lose a few of these things, but we should have water pretty quickly coming back into that area. And if not, the stuff doesn't take that long to grow anyway. Not gonna be that big of a problem. Should be spilling momentarily, and here it comes. Looks like we're in good shape. Only lost a couple of those guys, but they'll get replanted. We'll be a-okay. We'll be all good to go. And we'll also have power now again as well, which means we can make more explosives. And then in turn, finally finish all of this mess. So now that that is partially flooded again, man, the game is really not having a good time right now. I'll make sure this has enough water, and it looks like it does for the time being, so we'll put this up and then let this kind of backfill itself again. I believe we should be okay either way, because this will spill out the back. Okay, that is there. Go ahead and pick up all of this. I think we're good. Yeah. All right, and one more dynamite right here. Put that guy right there. Put that guy right there. I think they can still reach all of this. Yeah. I get the feeling we're kind of be waiting for this for a little while. But while we're here, let's go ahead and I sure hope that Steam overlay doesn't show up in the final recording. I think it shouldn't, but if it does, I apologize for that. Haven't quite figured out how to get everything functioning exactly the same way it does on my desktop. Normally it's very, very nice for recording, very seamless. So I guess we'll go ahead and start there. I think that's going to be 1, that's going to be 2, that's going to be, need 1 more right here. That'll get us to 3. Then this will get us to 4. Which will, well, that's not going to reach all the way down, but that should be fine. Yeah, that'll be nice right there. That'll be perfect. We'll just get that going. All right. Should be, hopefully, should be good there. Got 1 more levee right there. Get the path on top of that as well. And then this will become a stair once all of this is done, and that is done. So that's already good to go, looking nice. And now we're starting to make more and more explosives because this is back in business. This guy's doing his best to get us some explodey bits. Although I think they're building the platforms more than they're putting the dynamite in. That's for sure. Let's give him a little bit of a incentive here. I know I said I would get this water up and running before the end of this episode, so maybe this one might end up being a little longer. As long as my laptop cooperates while we're doing this, I think it should be fine no matter what. We just got to get the rest of this stuff in here, man. We got stuff to do. Places to be. Hotel Wi-Fi to abuse by uploading 2 hours of YouTube videos. Well, it's fine. That's why they say it's free high-speed internet, right? Although the speed is kind of a dubious value anyway. All right. Haulers are doing well. We have 5 unemployed presently, which will work out okay once I turn the production facilities for the planks and the gears back on. We just, don't need those right now because we have plenty in storage. And I want to make sure that the power focus goes into the other stuff that we have set up over here. Meanwhile, they still haven't put all the dynamite in here. Too far from a district. Are you sure? Oh, because they can't get up here. Okay, well, that one is just going to have to be put in place at a later time, I suppose. Yeah, we're just going to have to start kind of backtracking ourselves here. All right, now you guys come do this. I got stuff to do. Gotta get this finished so we can wrap up today's episode. I told you. Told you you're going to have to be on your A game today. All right, so let's go, boys. Let's get this done. This is the most irritating part, is having these put in 1 by 1. Yeah, I know there's probably a better way to do it. I could have set things up slightly differently so this didn't happen. But you know as well as I do that that isn't always what happens with these things. And sometimes you just kind of have to do stuff the hard way. Because there's really no other way to get it done. And I also see another problem here is that I have this entire top level here that's going to get blown up, but I don't have any way of getting the rest of these second level of dynamites over here. So that's going to be fun to deal with. We might just kind of not kind of not have that in place then. Depends on how else we have stuff show up. So that's going to take them a little bit of time to get that taken care of. So let's take a quick perusal of what else we have going on here. That's looking fine. You already are familiar with all of this. Scrap metal processing, this is going to take quite some time. I was going to build this, but I didn't want to use all of the wood quite yet, so I think that's going to stay where it is for now. Oh, that's right. I was going to put in one of these right here, and then on top of that, put in a wind gauge. And that one is going to be, I believe, what did I say? I can't remember. What did I say this was going to be used for? It wasn't the, maybe it was sunflower seeds. Do I have a storage for those? Yes, okay, I don't need it to be sunflower seeds then. We already have plenty. What was it going to be? I legitimately don't remember. So I'll tell you what, we'll leave this like so. And then we'll see what you guys think needs to go in here. If you're going to tell me what goes in here, leave the timestamp or I'm going to be confused because I put a bunch of these things all over the map. Got one gauge going there is going to be good. Finally, we can put in... Man, that took forever. Finally put in this scarecrow here. Which side is the face here? There we go. Put that guy there is going to be a big help. We'll put in the last couple things of potatoes here. Look, that's all good to go. Now let's come back over here. Okay, we finally have this in place. Good to go. Now come get this. I can't detonate this now because there's not going to be anybody able to really put anything else in here now. That's always fun. All right. Come get the rest of these things added on here. So we got stuff to do. I got water pumping to get done. We're not going to get that done if you guys are being slow about it now, are we? That's an easy, quick one to do. And I'll come up here and put that guy in there. And then we'll come right here and delete this. Come grab all that stuff. Or you can just, you know, not do that. Put that here. I promise we're getting there, folks. We're almost there. Almost there. Just need these guys to be a little speedy. Oh, we're going to have to wait one more day for this. It's going to be so annoying. But here comes that dynamite. Don't you dare leave until this is actually in place. Come on. There you go. I knew you could do it. Let's try some positive affirmations. Oh, they're never going to pick that up. They might actually. There we go. I knew they could do it. Now, can you bring me a dynamite before the end of the workday and get it installed? Don't you dare leave in the middle of this. Okay, good. All right. All right, so that's blown up. We're not going to get to the rest of this unless I put something else there, and I just really don't want to worry about that right now. So then we can blow that up. Then we can put this here. Then we can put in a levee right there, and then we can put our staircase back in. We are almost home free, folks. Although I guess I should probably build this before I build the stairs, because the stairs are going to block access to that, which is always a fun one. Yeah, come build this levee. Anybody? Bueller? Bueller? Great movie. All right, our wind gauge is going here. We got our scarecrowing, whatever whatever that means. Everything is good to go here. And we are almost good to go. Just need these planks on the staircase here. We can finally get this started. And finally, actually we can right now go ahead and raise this up to 2.5 because I have all the levee blocks in place. Looks like that is going to be a big improvement in water storage, which is fantastic to see. There we go. Got it coming out the front and the back. Or did I misjudge my... No, there we go. Good, that's exactly what I wanted. Is this dynamite in place yet? There it comes. And as soon as that's done, I can put another triple high thing in here. Detonate that. Come in here with our triple high. Come over here with our water pump. And then now we can finally come over here with another 4-piece and another water pump. And then that is going to get us in a very good position to have plenty of water. And in fact, I can go ahead and raise this to 3.0 and have that level even higher. And that is exactly what we want to see. Get that up to... Actually, I could just put that up to max because it's going to come out the back anyway. You'll love to see it. Looking fantastic. And now we can finally start retiring these pumps here. Let's go ahead and pause each of these. Let them get the water out. And then we will decommission them, get them out of here. Oh, now we're flooding down here. Why are we flooding? This should not ever flood. This should not ever flood. Is it because the pumps are pumping? So I need to have these up here pumping? All right, we'll lower this back thing a little bit. That's probably what the problem was. I just can't have that too high or else too much water comes out of this side. Now I thought this would... Maybe I'm just off a level. That must be what it is. Got to put this back down to 1, I suppose. Yeah, it's because these are only 3 high. So what I really need is I need another layer of these guys back here. Well, if they can build even just one of these, I'm going to call that good enough. Yeah, so let's prioritize the building of this water pump right here. Boy, are they being slow about it, let me tell you. Some of you have to have logs for this, right? There we go, there's 2. There's 4. All right, yeah, they're going to get this done, so we'll go ahead and start wrapping up right now. But yeah, lots of good progress today's episode. I think our water situation is going to be a lot better, especially now that we have this giant tank right here. We'll move all the pumping up to the top, and that frees up space down low, as well as makes it a little less likely that we're going to actually run out of water since we're not drawing from that pool, we're drawing from up here. So that's going to be a big, big help. This is all good to go. Go ahead and just mark these all preemptively as priority jobs. And then I think we'll be all good to go on that. So yeah, good stuff this episode. There'll be plenty more to come in the next one. So if you have any comments, questions, concerns, want to roast me for something dumb I did, or offer some advice or other opinions, comment section is always open. I read every single comment. I respond when I can when there's something relevant to a discussion to add there. So please don't be shy. It's really fun to talk to you guys in the comments. And so many of you are so incredibly helpful. And even those of you who just complain about stuff are still very, very valuable. And your input is appreciated. Because at the end of the day, I'm here to learn as well as have fun playing the game. and I certainly don't know everything. So please always feel free to comment and let me know whatever it is you're thinking. But that is going to be the end of today's episode. Again, thank you so much for watching. Whatever it is you're doing, stay safe, have fun, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.